Oh, we are in rare form this morning.
What's going on this morning? Am I live? Is my mic on or you cheating me?
Nah, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. In the flesh, we got the one and only Mr. Cash Jones.
He showed up. Nick, I've been talking to him about this incredible diaper thing. He gonna
For how many years now?
You gonna surprise me with my baby mama. So where you been, girl?
This is Wack 100 hollering at Courtney. He's calling you.
No, listen.
He's calling you his
Nick
name.
did this on purpose, and I ain't seen my child in 13 years.
We got a 13-year-old.
That makes sense.
No, listen, I heard that you told the other guy was his.
Oh.
But that nose he
What
got,
they talking about?
Okay.
you know it's me. But we're going to talk about that later. Nick, I appreciate it.
Wack 100, ladies and gentlemen, is in rare form. You see how he just turned it on?
I'm telling you, he is in live and living
I got
color.
a little Baywatch over here.
Yeah, the Baywatch.
Baywatch.
What up?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, you trying to act black on me, huh?
Oh, no, that was a New York accent.
He's a little Baywatch.
Wow.
A little baby.
Wack 100 is in the building.
What's up, my brother Nick?
Yo, Wack, obviously we go back for many years, but you've become like a legit celebrity now.
Nah, Nick.
I remember I used to force you to do interviews.
You did.
And now they can't keep a mic away from you.
Hey, yo, I'm Nick's pet bull that's off the leash.
I heard that you really
You say something about Nick, I know
And
they
you go
call
off.
him Nick, be like, I can't stop him. You say something about me. One guy I know is going to respond. It's Wack. He's going to flip out.
I like that way. I like that.
But Courtney like that too.
Protect
She's
him at
my.
all costs.
She'll snap on somebody about me.
Some people in this business, it's in life, that if you have a problem with them, you just have a problem.
Yeah.
And you the problem.
Because,
you the
dude,
problem.
Nick got one of the biggest hearts.
Right?
He's the first one to step in the middle of it and say, let's figure it out. Okay, understand how you feel. What can we do? He's going to give you 100 different options and take the high road and take the hit. If you still want a problem after that,
You a problem.
You need a problem.
Exactly.
And he's never going to say it. He's never going to pick the phone up. But if you're loud enough,
You gonna hear
let
it.
for love smoke,
Ooh.
it's a few of us that's going to show up. And he's going to tell you, when they get there, we going to give him a look and he going to leave. He might not talk to us for a couple months.
Can't be associated.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
on the Masked Singer. You know what I'm saying? He's a Masked Singer.
Oh.
Well, it's not about me today, Wack. There's a few reasons why I have you here, and then we also gonna have you on our Candace Class podcast. You've been on that a few times, but I want people to understand. There's a few different Wack 100s. There's the one that you might see on No Jumper.
Listen.
There's the one that you might actually see in the streets that is a protector, but there's also the provider. And I want to talk about these incredible diapers because people have been asking about this, for a long time and what our association is and and I want to go back to the origin and talk about that. But then also, once we talk about all the good that you're doing with the diapers, I want to talk about just the human being that you are, because you got a reputation, Wack.
And Nick speaks so highly of you.
Oh, you know what? You know why?
So highly.
I'm going to tell you why. Because Nick knows me. Like, me and Nick build. So he knows me. He can look at something, and he pretty much knows what that's about. He knows me. One thing he knows is I'm not a bully. I'm a protector.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and he understands my business mind.
A great businessman.
He watched me raise my kids.
Yeah.
Like,
How many kids you got?
I got 2 children.
Okay.
He watched me play cheer dad. Man, I gotta fly over here. My daughter doing it might be a 4-minute set. Take that 10-hour flight.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
You know what I mean? So
Family over everything. Now, how do you balance it all, being the street guy, the protector, the family guy, the father, and the businessman all at the same time?
Well, it's crazy because somebody asked me the other day, yo, Wack, when you going to let the street guy go? I said, if I do that, I'll be doing an injustice to the streets. Because if a guy in a suit and tie stands in front of the youngsters and tells them what they should be doing, they're not going to acknowledge him. They're going to feel like, you don't understand where we come from, right? So I have to stand in front of them as Wack and then tell them it's cool to go to school.
Yeah.
It's cool to go to the police academy. It's cool to go to the military. You want some money from me? Here it go. 500 a A, 250 a B. So we deducted 1,000 for fails and D's.
I know that's right.
Bring me the report cards. I'm gonna bread you out. So to them, instead of hearing the big homie and said it's cool to smoke weed or cool to have a gun or pull a robbery, the big homie telling me it's cool to go to school. It's cool to have a job. It's cool to do this. So I have to still maintain that face because they're going to respect that voice. But what's being said is an oxymoron, totally different.
That sounds real positive, Wack. Yeah. But you always in some controversy.
That's a fact.
I
always
hear you on Clubhouse starting some shit.
You know what? I challenge people this. Show me a fire I've started.
Oh, you don't start fires.
You
don't start fires.
What you mean?
Show me one, baby mama.
You don't start fires, but
because what he said about
today,
Tasha K, Tasha K said it ain't happening.
Okay, now. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm good. I'm glad that you glad that I'm on
now,
that.
you know I've been in prison, right?
I guess.
You know I've been in front of prison boards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been on Scared Straight? Because I feel like you'd be great there.
I know how to say something without saying nothing. So I challenge you, baby mama. Tell me what I said about Tasha K.
Well, you implied that there was some sort of relation between
No, I
you.
said we have a situation.
Oh. So tell me more about the situation, baby
Did
daddy.
the world not
Since
see?
we talking.
Did the world not see Wack 100 and Tasha K go back and forth on the internet? Cannot be considered a situation, but because your mind is in the gutter, baby, that's how we made that baby. That's how we made that baby. Because your mind is in the gutter, you automatically went to between the sheets. Shout out to the Isaac.
all right, well, since we go into the gutter real quick, I made a vow on this show, and this was even out of respect to your brand, and even just because I actually have love for this young man. We said we were no longer going to talk about Blueface and Chrisean on this show, but since we have you here, speaking Brit, this is my real baby mama. I know you calling.
No, I knew Nick. I knew that was you. As soon as I walked in, I said that got Nick written all over.
But now he's just deemed Courtney his baby mama.
That's my baby
and
mama.
you walked in.
13 years she ran with my
13
kids.
years.
Yeah, we learning so much this morning.
Wow.
But
I don't even know what a kid at.
She usually sits right there, Wack. But no, you came in at the perfect time because Abby is a real LA, so she done seen you move around,
Hey, Abby.
Hey.
So she's certified out here, and we just now about to rehash and talk about your artists, Blueface and Chrisean. And I want to, one thing that I think people don't know, because I guess I watched it all happen, and we were actually talking about this. We talked about this yesterday.
Help me, Nick.
Yes.
He let me on stages with him when he had one little chain.
He had a big fake, like it was like, well, it might have been white gold, but it was. But now he's an international superstar. We love Blueface, and I truly believe, because I've known him before all this, smart, intelligent, like really thoughtful young man. But what he's now been painted, and because of, I remember you didn't want him to do that show.
I told you.
You didn't want him to, you definitely didn't want him close to Chrisean.
None of that.
You and Chrisean got into beef before she was she was just some girl that was breaking into the house.
Nick, you know this about, she probably follows it. About 2 weeks ago, I went up on a post and I said, you keep playing rock, and I'm going to let the world know why I really don't mess with you. She left me alone. Then you know about me, Nick.
Nah,
What?
yeah. He going to let it.
It's a reason. It's a reason. Like, it's like, if put it like this. If I knew personally somebody was attempting something on Nick, right? And I exposed it to Nick. And for whatever reason, Nick wants to let it go. Nick's going to tell you, I'm never gonna let it go. I'm gonna
He
sit
definitely
and I'm
won't.
gonna watch, and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't happen. And the day that Nick just might give me the head nod, right? So it's things that I know.
You know a lot of
gonna
things.
let go.
How do you know all of these? I mean, obviously we know how you know things about Blueface and Chrisean, but you are the streets oracle. Like you know about everybody's business, and I mean from clearly because Blueface is your artist, so you know all. But
about everything else.
But everything when it comes to, I mean, from Tekashi.
Shout out to y'all watch me get Tasha K right.
Yeah.
It went from Courtney Bee collecting a little $7,000 a year to, Wack went and found all the assets. Shout out to my spies on 100.
Where were they?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Wack went in. When we got
So
into it, I told her, you want to play? So I went down there to her little place of business. I leased a little office next to hers. Down
You're lying, Wack.
We're lying.
Why would you do that?
I love it.
This is what he
She
does.
said it, right? And then I went to work. So we seen she dropped her husband's last name.
Yeah.
And
You are another
all the
level of
assets
petty.
were
That's
up under her
crazy.
African husband's corporation.
Her African.
African corporation. So I got that to sis. And then you seen Cardi B's legal team seeks to speak to Tasha K. So she just tried to go bankruptcy. They didn't honor. But I told her leave me alone. But I did that favor for R. Kelly though. That was an R. Kelly.
So this is the thing. This is what because Wack is gonna tell you. It's gonna
R.
be.
Kelly calls me like every week, 3 times a week.
Really? What y'all be
He has a
talking
lot of
about?
spare time.
He just called me like the other day because he wanted me to, his singing coach passed.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
wanted to get the condolences out, and he know I can get it out there.
Is he making music in there?
I don't know. I do know he has 53,000 unreleased songs.
Yeah,
Ooh-wee.
that's a fact.
Something crazy.
That's
And he has a Birdman.
They did a best of both worlds.
So I'm getting that released, and then he's gonna allow us to purchase 30 unreleased songs from him.
Really?
Yeah, it's always a method. Nick gonna tell you. It's always something with
That
Wack
is
do.
something.
So Wack is connect. Would you say you're the most street connected person in all of the game?
When it comes to the streets and corporate America, I would definitely say, yeah, I hold that.
So what's the goal, Wack?
Well, you know what? The end goal, the end game, really, I'm making my way out. I told you this years ago
Yeah.
because you asked me, you looked at me, and you said, "Wack, what are you talking about? Some diapers?" I said, "Nick, I got to make a way out. I can't stay down here with the piranhas. Eventually, you're gonna get bit." And I don't know, Nick. Do you remember the story on why I called you?
Yeah, I mean, I know the story. I know about what we was talking about for the single mothers in the community and the government and all that.
that's
But is
still
it?
what it is.
Yeah, okay. So
that's still what it
since we diving right into this, because this is the reason why you really are here. This has been my partner, and it's funny because
3-4 years.
my team, because I mean, Wack has a reputation. So he wore down my lawyers for.
Hold on, Nick. Now, Nick, hold on now. Hold on. I'm glad he said this. What's her name?
Abby.
Yes.
Ask him without saying too much, because I be knowing what's going on, Nick.
Yeah.
Ask him if 2 years ago I didn't warn him about a certain person and he was making me talk to. I say, Nick, that individual ain't right.
He did.
You better watch him.
He did.
I'm telling you, because the questions I'm asking, he's running from them. That's because he hides.
Why
something.
you didn't tell me?
I told you.
You tell me in a
A
jokingly
lot
way.
of people.
Now you
I
told
told
him.
you, Nick.
Now you told us to
You
see-
thought I was tripping.
You tell. I
Say your
did.
name.
I
Nick
did.
thinks I trip
Nah,
a lot
there's
too.
there's
but
still
I know.
told
there's
you,
still
Nick.
legal cases. We ain't going.
Yeah, I told you.
There's somebody in my very close in my infrastructure that turned out to be.
Dag.
Well,
You know
no,
who I am,
allegedly.
Nick?
We ain't gonna. But
Tana.
it's
Nick, you know who I am, Nick?
But
I'm
he
Bama.
called it from the gate.
I'm Bama from Get Rich, Die Trying.
Facts.
I'm right what I'm wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm right what I'm right.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, which still makes me right.
Nah. That's
I
real.
told him.
And that was somebody that
Listen,
was
I'm
giving you a
letting you know
run.
this.
People,
Let me know that.
they was
Listen to
giving
me.
them the run
I'm letting
around
you
because
know
they didn't
this
want me
is
to
real.
be in business with Wack.
Just on the overall, I love this man like a brother, wholeheartedly. I'm going to jump in front of a train for him. In the event that he's here, never here, I'm always here for whatever's associated with that man. Always know that. And I'm talking right or wrong. Never forget that.
It's when you have a real one that can turn it up for you whenever you need. You just
that on your team.
And can we talk L.A. and street politics before we get back into
Streets is a myth.
Well, let
the
me
street?
let me tell you a few stories with you involved that you don't even know I was in the room certain times. But Charisma was my mentor for many, many, many years. And I did LA radio on Real. Yeah. And I'd be in the offices when they'd be like, we got to play the song. Wack is going to come up here if we don't play the song. We're talking head of
Nick, remember the
head
radio?
of iHeart. Just we got to play the song. And then I would just remember throughout the years with Young California, Charisma would sit there. We'd sit there with other
That's
DJs.
right there.
And we'd be like, yo, if Wack finds out about this, he ain't never gonna. Someone's getting hurt, and we'd be like, "How are we gonna move it?"
I will say this: I remember these streets when it was treacherous. I saw the turn in it, right? I remember when the rapper looked up to the drug dealer, and then I saw where the street dudes started looking up to the rappers. I was just pretty good at understanding the building and understanding the streets, and you can't mix both of them.
Fact.
Now, where I came in handy at is when the building started needing the streets.
Yeah.
So they felt they could talk to me, and then the things they needed done, I can get done.
Yeah.
So I think, and I developed those relationships with the Allen Grum Blacks and people like that, and it was like whether it was getting a feature cleared or them just wanting to get a hold of an independent artist they heard was they didn't know how to get to them.
You really were connected to the streets.
Yeah, I can bring them right to them.
So now it's time to exit the streets. And I thought it was almost like 5 years ago when you told me the first idea about the diapers, and you told me there was a play and how we could put on for the community.
Definitely.
And this was actually before. Me and Abby have 3 children. This was before all. I had 2.
Before your movement.
Yeah. I believe I had 2.
Your movement.
Yeah.
You had like 2 kids.
So you foresaw that I was gonna need a diaper company, because I was like, why would I need diapers?
Somebody told me, they said, send Nick 5 boxes. I said, nah, send him like 60.
Yeah.
Send him 10 each size.
But let's unpack literally the whole. How'd you come up with the idea for this? And I mean, when you shared it with me, it was brilliant. Wack has several ideas, and some of them I'll be like, man, I don't know, that one ain't right for me, or that one, that might be too heavy. And then when he told me about this, I was like, I can get down with that. I like the purpose.
And that's what I love about him. He will tell you what's real. He's not gonna BS you. And what he loves about me is, even if he's not with it, doesn't agree, I don't get mad.
Yeah.
I'll just come back with something different. Just keep the fact that he allows me to bring him, even had a conversation, is big. When I say allow, Nick, I don't think he doesn't beat his chest the way he could. Nick is a very
humble,
huge guy in this game. Well connected across the board. There's not too many people that's going to tell him no, and he's just humble. I spot him on the freeway by himself. He on the one-on-one. Rose Royce. I slowed down for it because you spot that big old Rose with that kid on it a mile away, right? So when I came up with it, I was in the Bronx. I was actually on the side of Fat Joe's projects, right? And I saw a kid walking. He had a diaper, but it was a very droopy diaper. I'm like, yo, what's up with the diaper? And they said, well, it's a diaper called Fitties. It doesn't really do anything but just catch the waist, right? I said, so because the people are kind of poor, the children are subject, right? So that planted the seed. My daughter's a cheerleader. I was a cheer dad for 13, 14 years, traveling around. So I'm talking to, I hear the ladies talking, and they were talking about this feminine product called Cherish that you can only order on the internet, right? And they were saying how well the absorbent was and how it reduces the risk of this, that, and other. So I go home, and I don't sleep. I rest because my mind is always doing this. And when it spins too fast, it'll wake me up, and I got to pull out what's there. So I start researching like 3 in the morning where Cherish comes from. Comes from Mexico. So I go to Mexico to the company, and I ask them if I could use their lining for a diaper. And he asked me where the diaper was going to be manufactured. I told him China. And he said, well, Japan has something that's 7 times my absorbent that can go on the diaper, but people really not using it. So he gave me the name of it. I go to Japan. I walk in Japan. I think I show him the name of it. Say, yeah, we have it. I think I could just buy a little sheet of it. They're like, nah, you got to buy the spool. 35,000. I'm there, right? So I'm like, all right, ship it here. Left Japan, go to China. Get to China, show them the tracking number. They're like, yeah, we have it. What is it for? I want that in the diaper. They're like, well, what's the specs of the diaper? I remember I know nothing about a diaper. I said, you make the diaper. You create whatever you want. I just want that in it and send it to the labs for testing. They created the diaper, sent it to the labs for testing.
And the testing took a long time.
I'm going to tell you why. So when it gets there, they tell me, okay, it's like $3,500 fee. I said, yeah, but I want it tested against this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand, and this brand. They like, you're going to go to like 40, 50,000. I said, that's cool. I need that, right? So they did it. They sent me the test back. I failed horribly everywhere but the absorbent. We kicking they butt 18 to 20%. But guess what came with that? They gave me all the paperwork on what diaper was number 1 here, what diaper was number 1 there, here, there. I took all the testing, sent it to China. I said, take all the number 1s off each individual diaper, construct that diaper with our absorbent, and then send it back. And when they got back to the lab, we passed with flying colors, right? So I fly back to China. So they said, let us show you what it could do. They take a bottle of water. They pour the water in the diaper, some pool in there. And I watch it in front of my eyes just absorb. Not only did it absorb, you couldn't wring it. It was gone. I'm cutting it open, it's gone. So I said, man, that's incredible. And when I said that's incredible, I said, oh, that's the name. I called Nick. I said, Nick, listen.
You imagine this gangster motherfucker calling me talking about, I'm in China right now with the diapers.
I said,
I'm like what?
Yo, but see, you got to understand, Nick, like today, Nick know who he talking to on the phone. He know when he talking to Wack, he talking to Cash. He knows. So I'm like, look, Nick, this is what I love about Nick. Man, I'm talking fast, and I'm sending him the videos, and I can visualize Nick like looking at the phone like, right? So I'm like, I need to use the name Incredible. So I'm like, what is it gonna cost me? He said, you're my brother, Wack. What you mean what it's gonna cost me? Like, you're my brother. Run with it, right? So I said, nah, I gotta give you something. So I write up the paperwork, and I put something in there for him. This is when I get up on a certain individual where you can't talk about it. And because even with him saying, Wack, run with it, you my brother, like, love. You there for me when I don't even ask you to be, right? But I'm like, nah, because I need you to be part of the movement anyway, and this, that. And one thing about Nick, right? And Nick has a clean face. He's a pure individual when it comes to this. And in life, even with your relationships, you have to have balance. So you know if you're extreme here and your levels of something else should be higher but it's lower, you got to tie yourself to something that's going to balance that out. And Nick is the perfect balance.
And that's what, and it was, so once I was all the way in, I was like, all right.
What I wanted to do.
So then I was like, well, how can we do this for the community?
Exactly.
Like, how can we give single mothers diapers? How can we, because you're providing a service, like you said, when you're inspired about being in the Bronx and seeing that there were literally kids walking around that were in need of this product. Not only did you go and develop a better product, that's the amazing part, that out of nowhere, he was just like, I want to create a super diaper.
Shout out to my GED. Shout out to my GED.
In the midst, but this is in the midst of him putting out all kind of fire. We talking about years of beef from Blueface, Game, the Birdman, Suge. Like, it's all of this is because this is years ago. He's still he's doing the diapers. Never, and I'm like, because he talking to the lawyer. He wants to use. I'm like, look, whatever he wants, just let it. It's gonna go, and we gonna tie it to a charitable approach, and whatever we got to do to go to the communities. And we're hopefully the plan is still
the same.
Still the same.
This where it got deeper at, right? Looking at the streets, it's a cycle that's there, and I understand the cycle because the parents, the fathers, the uncles, the brothers, they end up on drugs in prison, and then their children and nephews grow up and coming up, and they're left to the block. It's hard to break the cycle because it's hard to get off the block, right? So I told Nick, that's where the incredible kids come from, right? I said, Nick, I want to literally, in our own way, grab these kids from birth and raise them from our diapers to placing them in another environment where they can go to school. They don't have to worry about it. Because, see, when the tax man say you got to do something with 20, 30 million, right, then there's things you can do with it.
Facts.
Right? So I want to raise these children. If I see
there's money that the government has set aside for real programs.
Exactly. And if you see a child excelling in math or science or whatever, right, you can take these children, right, and shout out to Will I Am. He has a coding school over there for the youth in East LA. A lot of people don't know he's teaching children how to code. Another one of my brothers, right? But I want to take these children from birth, from the diaper, right, to actually just really just walking with them, putting them in the right environments where they can go to school from high school to college. Now watch where it benefits us, right? We start sending these kids to college because we raised them, right? And we look up and we like, okay, we got 70 grads next year. We got 15 that specialize here, there. How do we know? Because we placed them there. We paid for their college. But you know what that tells us as a company? We can open up another warehouse here or there. Because they can come out of college and not go to Walmart or Home Depot with a debt. They can come right out of college, 6-figure jobs, right, and help us expand incredible. Because these are our incredible kids that we raised. Now, what do? We just broke that cycle to this child have to be restricted.
Starting from the diapers. So we ending the cradle to the prison pipeline.
Nah, we got to kill that.
So
if you watch my kids,
yeah, absolutely.
My kids talk like me. My kids don't curse.
They are not. They're not gangster.
Like me. You know what I'm saying?
They were raised.
My son would have been baby Wack. I would have felt I'd have been a failure as a father.
Right.
Nick, my kids. My son's like Nick.
Yeah.
He's a civilian.
He's a creative. He's very creative.
Yeah.
Upstanding young man. But so because now this is interesting because you're doing it for the community, but you as a businessman you've cornered a market. Yeah. You dove in to where Dre and Jimmy said we're not gonna do sneakers, we're gonna do speakers, and they cornered the market of headphones. I got in that business as well, made a lot of money over there. You managed Ray J. We watched him corner a market and do things, but now you, for whatever reason, it was on your spirit to corner the market of diapers, and you move it around the entire world like these diapers is dope, like it's cocaine.
Hold on, Nick. I'm glad you brought it up and I didn't. Now, listen. I tell the people where I come from, we're very intelligent, we're very creative, we just use it in the wrong way. You could take somebody that's a scientist and give them a Pyrex, some powder cocaine and baking soda and ice cubes, and they wouldn't know what to do with it.
That's true.
Take a dude in the hood that can't read and write, he's going to know how to create something, right?
He's going to make some money off that.
Real. Okay, so let's go back to our brother Free Ray Ricky.
Yes.
Right? Free Ray Ricky was known for his distro.
Yep.
Only his product was illegal. So I understand the distro in the regular form and in rare form, right? I understand how to do it. I understand that these little cities, right, to where it may not be a Walmart for 30, 40 miles, and they may not want to order on Amazon. But I understood the Ding Dong, man. Remember the Ding Dong man used to come through the big ice cream truck?
Hell yeah.
See, I understand I can go get a cargo van and wrap it. and get one of the brothers that live there and stock him with the diapers. And the community knows between 3 and 7, he's coming through.
Diaper.
If you need the diapers because you may not have transportation or it's raining, guess what? Right?
The diaper man coming.
He's there. So we're not going to move him in a traditional way. Of course we'll do that.
We're going to get there.
We're going to move him in a non-traditional way as well.
And we're going to build the brand from the streets up.
Right. And what with a legal product.
So we're starting in the bodegas.
Bodegas, Amazon.
In New
Amazon
York?
just approved this as well.
Well, I mean, you're on Amazon right now, Wack. This is where we are.
Yeah, but the Amazon store, because
Yeah,
the company is now minority certified.
Yeah.
So they let us in the
And that was a big thing that we had to do to make sure that we were
certified
yeah.
in Jersey, New York.
We got to get it state to state, right?
California, Michigan.
Okay.
I just purchased 24 units, which will be the first incredible community in Inkster.
Michigan?
Yeah, we're gonna smart home them, all that, and we're gonna cater to single parents, male and female, and the military people, and then we're gonna do like a rent control community where it's a cap and we're like 30% under what people are charging. It's gonna be our first incredible community.
Now, Wack, I gotta ask you, because I mean, are you allowed to talk? Because I don't never know what's street business and then what's like legitimate business. We were doing some diaper business in the DR, right?
Yes, I just left the DR.
So tell me
I
what.
met with the Bodega Association.
So what? Tell me what that
There's
is.
a bodega association.
Everything that's in the bodegas has to be cleared through the Bodega Association.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I started talking with them a few years ago, and the guys in New York.
Because you saw that that's where the product would move the most.
New York, they have a team that oversees all the bodegas, but the actual table, they're Dominicans, is in the DR. So they called me while I was in St. Thomas, because I was supposed to do this interview last week, and they said, listen, the annual meeting is this week. They're inviting you if you can get here. So I called the warehouse, had them ship some product over, and I went over there and took the diapers in there. They looked at them, they tested them, and they looked at me and smiled and shook my hand and gave me a hug. So I kind of felt like some Godfather stuff.
Right.
I sat in there 4 hours. I didn't know what they were saying. I was clapping, I was smiling, but they started us off with 500 stores,
That's
and
great.
then they'll increase us from there.
So we starting with the bodegas. We Amazon certified, and then mainly what I want to do, and even on the charitable aspect is we're gonna do it on Mother's Day. We're gonna do it, back to school a few times every year. Is that we want to go, and because the government programs is what's really important to me. That there's actually real money in these, state to state. We can go and say we need you to buy our diapers, so that we can give them to the community for the underserved. There's programs, obviously, we're all familiar with, like the WIC.
A few things going on, too, I've been talking to you about.
Yeah.
Congo.
Yeah.
Congo.
Oh, okay.
Congo just reached out last week.
So
Heard about the diapers.
we going to the motherland?
They want to build a plant in the Congo where their people could work, where they have Americanized jobs in the Congo, right? They're giving us a guaranteed contract, as well as Bahrain, the royal family of Bahrain, through my man Sam, who works at the embassy out here, has set up Bahrain. So we'll have manufacturing centers that's going to be built in Bahrain and the Congo. For Congo exclusively, Bahrain will distribute throughout the Middle East.
So all of these positive things, we're going to step out the diapers just for a second, get a little dirty again. Dirty diapers. You got all of this positive stuff going on, Wack. But from the outside looking in, it also looks like you have a lot of people who dislike you.
Who?
I won't call them enemies.
Who dislikes me?
I want names.
What?
I mean, like, y'all was just talking about this Tasha
Everybody
K
knows
stuff.
me. It's like I'm a movie star.
Why do you, with all of this positive stuff going on, why do you feel like you have to constantly always, one, defend yourself, but actually just be in some of the stuff that gets. We hear you on Clubhouse. We hear you. We see you on No Jumper.
This is the thing. This is the thing. I have this slogan. I think all you guys will agree. The truth could never be considered disrespect.
He needs to get that tattooed. He
Right?
says that every day.
So if somebody asks me a question, I give them an honest answer. Those that sit in favor of, they don't have a problem with me. Those that it may not be in favor of, they tend to get a little upset. Now, the side of me that doesn't work in my favor is I don't care.
He'll push the line.
Yeah, I don't care. It's like I literally don't care. Like whatever's going, I don't care. But some people say, well, why do you have to say anything? I say they just asked me a question. I gave my answer. And I'm telling you what's crazy.
The chat
said,
I love Wack. I never met him, but I love everything about him.
They go ask Don Lemon, and he gives the answer, it's no problem. But because it's me.
Because you a street dude.
Wack, you be yelling. You be yelling.
No, listen. First of all.
You be yelling,
You
Wack.
be passionate.
Listen.
I be like, can you just...
listen.
Okay.
Yes, I come from the streets. I know the streets. I was the epitome of the streets. But Nick, I'm a dad.
Yes.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a lot of things. They ask me questions about you.
Yeah.
Right?
So, Wack, can you,
I was the last person I
not
attacked
yell?
behind you.
Yeah. I mean,
Somebody, who was the last person I flipped out?
sometimes
He be yelling.
you went off on a lot of people.
See what I'm saying?
They're like, can you
And
call Wack
'cause you
off?
talk-
I'm like,
you
But I mean,
talking
Nick
so
doesn't
nice.
count because I'm going to be real. It's a few of them like Nick, QCP, Top Dog, Birdman, a few people. They could be dead wrong.
And you gonna ride.
No, I'm going to say, so what?
Okay.
And
Yeah, you gonna ride.
I mean,
yeah.
they know that. Now, don't get me wrong. They will call me. Nick could tell me, and this is real, and this is out of pure respect. It's a handful of men that can say, Wack, sit down. And I'm honor that out of respect because I know it's coming from a place that's genuine.
because we care about you.
It's real talk. Birdman just got me with 21 Savage.
Yeah,
He
man.
came on Clubhouse. He said,
How'd you get Birdman to come on Clubhouse?
And
Yeah, he was out there
look,
talking.
Clubhouse?
I was like, is this AI? I ain't
Y'all
never heard
still on
Birdman
Clubhouse?
talking.
You know I studied talk.
I was like,
I had him
yo,
on there about 2 hours, too.
I ain't never heard Birdman say so much.
Yo, because we was on the phone, and he was chastising me. I said, you only act like this because it's me and you on the phone. You ain't got the heart to come on a platform like Clubhouse. You'll go on like Breakfast Club and all that because you can walk out, but you scared of Clubhouse. He said, what? What? I'll make an account right now. I said, yeah, whatever. I'll hang the phone up. He texted me the account. I said, all right, we owed an hour, and he popped up.
That's crazy.
And the first thing he said, I'm here to tell you off the top, leave 21 Savage alone. I don't want to hear no more about what you do with 21 Savage. Right, but and you know what I'm going to do to the bastards? You got that, Stunner.
How do you, okay, because you had whatever you was doing with 21, but you cool with Drake. You cool with stuff. Like, how do you how do you differentiate even?
Drake, like only one of the light-skinned dudes that I'm cool with.
But okay, so even with the Joe Budden thing, because we
That's
heard
my partner.
you cool with Joe Budden,
That's my partner.
but Stunner said what he said on Clubhouse about Joe.
And you know what that means, Nick? If Stunner's my brother and Joe is my partner, you know what that means?
You gonna be the one that
nothing's never gonna come from it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna allow that to happen.
Right.
We're gonna fix it somehow, some way. See, now this is the side, and Nick, you know I didn't put out a lot of fires.
He saved a lot of people.
So now, it's like if it starts to get too much, Joe is not gonna respond to Stunner. Out of pure respect of me, and that's Stunner. He's not going to respond to Stunner. And you know what? Joe did a great job.
He did.
Joe had these people talking about him for like a week.
Yeah, they said he reading Drake text messages this morning.
Baywatch.
Yeah.
I need you in this Baywatch.
No, I am.
You know, listen.
I just didn't realize I was Baywatch.
On some of these shows, we have the token Negro.
No, yeah, I'm the token
You are
white
a
girl.
token. You are a token
I'm aware.
Caucasian.
I am aware.
All right, Baywatch.
She keep us
Painfully
safe.
aware.
Keep us safe.
Okay.
We really
Don't
do
be
tell
over
her
there
every
quiet.
day.
I'm here.
Are you
If
too
if-
good
if
for this
the-
convo,
no,
Baywatch?
No. If the cops show up, I am there. I answer the door. I know my role.
Hilarious.
Yo, you know what Nick liked about you, right?
Know what?
The glasses.
But she don't wear those all the
So
time.
listen, I hope she don't, Nick.
This is her morning flow. This is her morning flow.
My morning flow.
Yo, I swear when she walked in, I said, this is what I thought.
You ain't think I was Nick?
I said, crazy. Not be.
You
Better not
here.
be messing with my baby mama. All right? First thing I thought was, if this ain't Nick, he's working on it.
Nah, we years in. These
Yo,
diapers
let
that
me
have been
ask you a
behind me.
question.
What? Go.
Since I'm in the hot seat, I wanna know.
Okay.
Because I know the Nick we know. Could Nick be an asshole?
What are you
Because he always does this calm, cool, laid back laughing. Can't like behind closed doors when you in the kitchen trying to have this conversation with him. And he's just, can he be?
Not today.
Is he the same?
Not today,
sensitive
Wack.
guy we
Actually,
know?
That's a perfect question
Yeah,
for
we
today.
wanna know. We want to know.
Not today. Let's stay on the diapers.
We want to know, baby mama.
Yeah, you know.
He could be.
He's a man.
I've never seen
At the
that
end of the
side.
He's a
day.
man.
He's a man. So, yeah.
Well, we do.
Nick
This
was
is
always the better version of us to us.
Okay.
We always thought Nick was just like the perfect.
No, you know what it is? Nick keeps a very calm disposition, but the assholeness is still right and ready.
pretty accurate.
Other men, they get aggressive or they'll get real worked up.
Rah,
Nick
rah.
keeps and he's had
Does he do
years
it with that same
and
grimace
he's
laugh?
had years of therapy, so he knows how to like
Use the words.
use the word. He talks too much sometimes. It's a lot, you know. But
Oh, man.
but
we work it. We
Means well.
for life. We
means well.
got 3 beautiful children.
What's the count now, Nick? 13?
12.
12? Are you done or you wanted 15?
I believe I'm done.
Done?
But again, you never know what happens in life, But Dr. Sabi had north of 30.
Did he?
Damn,
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah. Doctor said, Ben, this other light skinned friend right here. Yeah, Dr. Sabi, they still counting how many kids Dr. Sabi got. He had his last kid before he passed at
Damn,
82.
For real?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that
Christ.
documentary in
I think I want to go down there. I was going to go down there.
Honduras.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Well, we need to be moving these diapers all over the place.
I want to go down there and check them out.
So speaking of, back to the diapers, because we were talking, we bouncing back and forth because Wack is impresario of a man. He could talk about the streets, he could talk about business, he could talk about entertainment. So we heard you on Clubhouse, so there's no more like you and 21, no more problems. How do you always know? How do you get people's paperwork? That's how I be
Shout
trying.
out to the 100 side. I got 33 spies.
Okay,
They're dangerous.
and that's what they call the 100 side.
Spies. the
You
100
being
side.
dead ass? That's
The
dead
100
ass?
side, I got 15.
He has like a legion
code.
of people that give
I
him
got 15
information.
rooms. The rooms rotate 24 hours, 7 days. It never shuts down.
When
being
did you
dead ass?
design this?
They're on there right now. If I go on there right now, they're on there right now. It's 24 hours.
And they just finding information about people.
So what they have, bro,
So they
like,
see-
they go to the internet and they talk about stuff. But like, if you come over there playing and we getting into it, they're gonna find out everything about you.
But can we talk street code for a minute?
Yeah.
We can step out of business because I'm still confused. And we've had this on Cannon's class before. You've explained this. What's the difference? Or just so everybody knows, because you're in a room amongst civilians. When you have all of this information, and you have your legion, and you have your 100 squad, and some people consider that snitching, Wack, because you have information.
Certain things you're not gonna hear.
Okay.
But what we go find out is things to expose you with.
Exploit.
Blackmail?
No, it's not
Exploitation.
blackmail.
It's white male.
Blackmail's when
White
you
male.
It's white
request
male.
something. Shout out Oscar De La Hoya. The fishnets, that's Wack 100. So listen.
That was you? Well, you made it go away, or you exposed it?
Well, I exposed it, and then that was
And
a
then that
teaser
to
the
say-
video not coming. Nobody never seen the videos. Like,
I mean, you've done that. You've been in this business for a long
Long
time. I mean, we don't want to tell this story because it's been told 1,000 times. But there's another video.
Listen, no, Nick, let's get back to what you asked.
Oh.
If we go do some research on you, right, as we've done on people before, and we like this dude, Courtney Bee, that was on the 6ix9ine case, right?
Yeah.
He's talking crazy. We did the research. I have my girl, Mickey Truth. That's my legal fact finder, right? Give her a little money she needs. She go research, pull the name. DOJ, Department of Justice comes up. Courtney Bee gave a statement. He said Daniel Hernandez, a.k.a. 6ix9ine, paid me to go have shots fired. So now we got the paperwork. Now I got 30 YouTubers in there. So we run the room. The YouTubers grab the content. It leaves Clubhouse and goes everywhere.
And it's viral.
Jesus Christ.
I kind of.
I would hate to be on your.
So, but no, but he.
But it can work for you.
Yeah,
I will fight for you.
Can we
too,
hire
though.
you out? I have
Oh no, he's made many things disappear for people. And he's also exposed a lot of stuff.
Nick, we ain't gonna say no names, but I know you sat back one time and said, "Bro is working. Bro is working right now."
Facts. The first time I was ever, I mean, because Ray J and I are very
fought
close.
for him.
Oh yeah.
When all I'm gonna say this because he ain't gonna say it.
Okay.
When all y'all so-called celebrity friends, all y'all ones that got to start on Wild 'N Out before y'all got big, right? All y'all that forgot about the seed, which led to the root, which led to your tree. When Nick got in that situation and all y'all didn't have nothing to say, none of y'all didn't want to back his play, Nick, I jumped out the window every day. It was an all-out fight. I brought the Hebrew Israelites on me. I had a whole movement going.
I had to calm him down. I was like, Wack, we all right. We're going to be all right.
He told me we're going to be all right, and it turned out in his favor.
Nah, absolutely. Sweets and Bass said Wack 100 is the hood's Robin Hood. They fuck with you in the chat, Wack. And obviously you've created a whole fan base. You used to just be behind the scenes.
Definitely I was.
What made you say, all right, I'm going to step out here and I'm going to be this larger-than-life figure?
Because I started to understand watching you, right, that in order for your voice to go further and to be heard and taken seriously, you have to be your own brand at that. You're your own brand, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of things that, like, when we hear Wild 'N Out, we automatically think Nick Cannon, right? And that came from, like Nick, we watched you act, we watched you do all kind of things, you know what I mean? And I'm going to say it, bro. Hope you don't get mad. We watched you rap.
Hope you don't get mad.
You got a few number ones on my playlist.
That's what I'm
Gigolo
saying.
is a bop.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wack's still in the music business. He can get your record popping if you need him to.
So, but we watched Nick do a lot of things. What I really watched Nick do is help those who couldn't get help elsewhere. That's what,
and that's what we got to continue to do.
Fun.
Yeah,
that's some real shit.
If you look at that whole Wild 'N Out stage, majority of those people were just people that had been trying to do things and they just couldn't get that boost.
I was a teacher 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, she had the best Wild 'N Out audition ever, and now she on. Cause how many seasons you in?
DC. Now DC, I love DC.
He the best.
Yeah.
I already loved him because he was real. But how he stood with bro when they approached him.
Oh yeah, no.
He got me for life.
Nah, that's family right there. Real recognized, real all the time.
And what he's done for my brother Chuck.
Oh yeah.
What he's done for my brother Chuck. And I don't know if Chuck ever told you. Did he ever tell you the story?
When he was over there with y'all with gang?
I told him?
Yeah, yeah.
I said, Chuck, this too dirty, bro. You go over there with Nick. You're needed with Nick. I'm here. I don't want you in this. You go with Nick. If Nick is giving you favor, you go over there and do over there what you help us do over here. And he looked at me, and I remember, I think I gave him some money, right? He like, Wack, I'm waiting on the payout. I gave it to him. Go with Nick. And he got on the plane and never came back, and he's been with you ever since.
Yeah, we've been rocking over here real heavy.
Chuck love you to death.
Yeah, nah, that's family. And that's, okay, so in that essence, there's purveyors of the culture. There's purveyors of the street. And, you are connected and tapped in. We've seen you on, a lot of these documentaries and television shows, and there's so much going on right now where you've helped expose a lot of stuff, but you've also helped protect a lot of stuff. Is there like a meeting? Like, I'll be like, man, forget the Illuminati. It's like the streets is what really run everything. Like, if you want to make something happen, you can make it happen.
Definitely, but this Illuminati thing, listen, that's relationships and resources.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Do you hear that, Courtney?
It's relationships and resources. Now, if you
According
want to call that
to Michael
Illuminati,
Cohen and Trump in there,
I'm not gonna front.
it's
Nigga.
something.
I'm not gonna front. The coolest dude in this room is your man right here.
It's my brother. It's Javen.
Listen, he act like nothing's going on.
Yes,
Like,
he don't see nothing.
It's my daddy's
his
son
head.
over there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He just like, another one like the other one.
Yeah. Yo, but like the real question is, I mean, because I've seen the ups and downs. I hear you talk about like stepping away from the streets, hopefully very soon. But people come to you when they're in trouble, when they're in need, when they need, like, where's the value? Or
if I don't help them, Nick, who will?
right.
If I don't put the fire out, it might blaze. Yes,
But you look like a fire starter sometimes.
I don't start them. Because, see, Nick, this is real. Because I used to be a fire starter.
Yeah.
When I start a fire, you never going to know about it. It's going to be start to blaze when you can't put it out. So it's been a long time since I've started a fire. And this is why I had to step away from Suge Knight. Because I started going through my transition and we're like, we can't keep doing this. Because starting fires burns everything down. What's going to be left?
Right.
Any relationships, so on and so forth. And it took me about 5 years, bro, to get clean from that.
Right.
Alan wouldn't even, it was a point in time, Alan Grumpblack wouldn't even get on the phone with me. Now he going to tell you I'm his brother.
Right.
Right? So, but if I just said, okay, I'm on top of the mountain and screw what y'all got going on down there, one, I felt like I come from down there. Two, I'm going to be real, Nick. I'm the only one like me in the position I'm in that will go down there, that feels comfortable down there. And it get ugly down there. It's not a pretty scene, but Nick, me and I both know it's a few people down there that give an opportunity.
Yeah.
They can come up here.
Right.
And and we'll age out. So hopefully they'll go down there and pull some more up. So the reason why, this is why I go to Clubhouse, bro.
Right.
I go to Clubhouse because these people have questions. It can be business questions. How do I start a corporation? How do I do a trademark? How to get my credit fixed? How do I go about buying a home? How do I get my music mixed and mastered? And nobody up here
is
down
willing.
there talking to
Right,
me.
right.
So I normalize myself and I just kick it with the people.
Right. And that you if anything, you got fans. You got, like I said, you got a legion of people that you say go, they gonna go. Your word is bond.
No, we got the whole thing. We got a queen of the side, R&B, queen of the 100 side. So when the ladies is going crazy, she's the filter. They gotta go talk to her. She figures it out. We got the security side, my man Beast. You know what I mean? We got the audio side, my man Bang. You know what I mean? We got people that's over different section division. Mickey Truth, she's a paperwork puller. We got our spies, my man Todd. He oversees that. So it's like, it's.
So you've created this whole conglomerate.
Yeah, right now we got a talent show. They put that together. Birdman's gonna come to the last final 5.
Really?
He's gonna listen to him. But now this is what I bring. Now think about it.
Okay.
What does that mean, Nick? To know that if you the top 5, Birdman gonna be on the app listening, and he just might like you.
And is Cash Money West still? Are y'all?
Cash Money West is always there. Cash Money West is just a division of Cash Money. So it's giving.
So then
people on
somebody
the
can
West
actually
Coast,
really get an opportunity through rocking with you.
And then everybody, Clubhouse is people from everywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's people like Nick. If I was still into a life of crime,
right,
I could really do some Bonnie and Clyde shit and run. I got people everywhere. My side is like 38,000 deep.
Really?
I'm really so happy you're here.
I'm telling you, this is
Right?
Like-
and it's everywhere. Look, I got a white girl out of North Dakota. Or
That's white.
no, listen, no.
North Dakota white.
She chops wood.
Okay.
Fixes her own pickup.
Okay.
Right?
All
I
right.
can really hide out up there. They'll never find me. Right? She makes soap. She makes her own
Ooh,
homemade
that's
soap.
Okay,
But
all
I
right.
mean, you got everything. You got people from the UK, people from Africa. My man Olaf from Nigeria. Like,
So you've created a whole legion online, and like you go viral every single day.
Well, now I'm gonna tell you what's funny. The blogs, because we got replays, so whatever happened in the previous room, it's on replay. You can go get it. People like academics, they'll tell you they go to our replays to pull their content.
Yeah, and all the conversations that you have, cause you touch on some wild stuff. How often are you on Clubhouse?
Every day, I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, why?
If these people could show up for me and run that thing for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I better show my face.
Why
Nobody's
choose
bigger than the
Clubhouse
program.
as the
The forum.
forum?
Shout out.
I'm just
once again.
curious.
You know, it's crazy you asked me that. It's one person responsible for me being on social media. That's my brother, rest in peace, DJ K Slay. K Slay made me get on Instagram.
Okay.
Made me create an account. Wack 100 was created on Instagram. The 100, like in the gang files, the streets, prison.
Yeah.
Wack 100 doesn't exist. That's a social media thing. And then he made me get on Clubhouse. And once I got on Clubhouse, back then, Nick, it was all the celebrities was on there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think what I did, I am guilty of this because I know the things I know. You know, I think the celebrities was like, oh, nah, man, we can't get into it with Wack.
Yeah.
Like talk about when I was in the trunk.
Yeah.
So a lot of them started to leave. But what I did on my side, the celebrities would sit on stage and just talk with each other. They would leave everybody at the bottom where they couldn't talk. I created a room where I brought the people up.
Okay.
I brought everybody up that nobody knew who anybody was. And you know what I discovered?
What?
Talent, personalities.
Yeah. You gave people an opportunity in
And
Clubhouse.
they grew. Be like 1,000 people in the room.
Yeah.
Went crazy. When I brought 6ix9ine to Clubhouse, we broke the app. Keita, my little niece Keita, she brought Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
He had the situation going on with the sister, right?
Yeah.
Broke the app, right? So and I would assist them. You know what I mean? But it's a
And what's up with 6ix9ine right now? What's y'all relationship? Is y'all?
well, 6ix9ine is kind of like 6ix9ine is you can't be managed
Right.
for one. Let's just understand that. But
You caught a lot of flack for rocking or even just entertaining him.
One thing about it, Nick, you know I'm not gonna hide what I do.
You rock with a lot of interesting people.
I'm not gonna hide, but see, here's the thing. Instead of like when I was in prison, when the kidnappers and the child molesters and rapists would come in, while they be on lockdown for quarantine, I would go down there and take them some soup and soap and toothpaste and lotion stuff they didn't have, and I would talk to them. Because I knew when they came out, I knew what was going to happen to them, right? People would say, man, why you down there talking to them people? So you know what I eventually would get out of them? Why they did what they did. What makes them do it.
So you want to know the why.
No, listen, you know what I learned from a kidnapper? Oh, yeah, man, I go to the park, and I sit in the park, and I see, you know, the family shows up every Wednesday, and they let little Johnny go to the bathroom by himself, so I'll pop up in there, and I'll talk to him, and he'll look at me, and then the next week I'll come back, and maybe I'll have a sucker for him, and by the third week, I'm walking out with him. So now I can take that knowledge and educate. Don't let your children go to the bathroom by themselves. Man, why did you do this with the lady, man? We hear you in here for the rape, man. You know, I'm not one of the guys gonna do something to you, right? I'm coming like this. Oh, man, you know, the ladies is like walking out, not paying attention, or late night, not parked under the light. You know, those are the ones we target. I said, well, what'll make you stop? Oh, man, this one chick, man, I had her pinned down, and she started telling me, take it, I like it. And it just turned me off because it killed the adrenaline of me being the aggressor. So now I'm learning and understanding. So know what I tell the ladies? If you're coming out the store at night, take your little car, your little alarm, hit that, look around. They're not going to mess with you. They don't want you. You're paying attention. See, I would try to learn these people's psyche. The only way we're going to beat them is to learn them. And
you got to be more savvier than the psychopath.
We're talking to 6ix9ine, right? Everybody's saying all these things. But when I started talking to him, I finally got him to admit and understand, you're not a gangster. You're not from the streets, right?
Is he from the suburbs?
He's not from the streets. Listen, he said it. I said, yo, how did you get all these dudes to have these red bandanas in the video? You know what he told me?
What did he say?
I stopped and brought about 50 of them, showed up to the block with a camera, turned on the music, and started passing them out while I was performing, and they just went with it. This is the change when the street dude started catering to the rapper. So then I asked him, I said, yo, bro, why did you tell? You know, this was your team. He said, Wack, when I heard that my kidnappers was my team, that I brought my jury back from my team, when I heard the tapes of my right-hand man telling my baby mama he with a chick in Jersey, what's up with me and you? When I heard them tell him 6ix9ine's the one gave us the money to buy the drugs or the guns to flip on the hood, well, y'all got to remember, he was the kingpin facing 47 years.
Wow.
Now, the only way this man can become the kingpin is if the group puts it on him. He told, but what they don't want to talk about is a lot of them told too.
Right.
Right? So, at the end of the day, do I bring 6ix9ine to the hood? No. But in corporate America, he's a great piece on that chessboard. He gives me access to call him when business arises, right? So what I do on the 50th floor has nothing to do with that park in the garage. A dude that's hanging at the park and in the garage every day who hasn't figured out how to get off his auntie's couch cannot tell me how to conduct my business on the 50th floor.
There it
it's
is.
not going to happen.
Very.
Now, are we going to talk street? I don't talk gang business. I've never seen him with a weapon, right? We talk music. We talk entertainment business. Hey, I got this camera up. Do you want it? Yeah. Send an offer in. I get what I make. He gets his thing. Sometimes he says, I need you here, the Kodak Black thing.
Yeah.
He wanted me there. Like he said, Wack, you're the only one that can make it happen.
And you got him and Kodak Black on a record. And we see you, like, because I want to open it up to the ladies if you guys want to ask Wack anything. But we see you on No Jumper with these street cats, with these young guys. They give you your respect. I mean, you and Adam got what y'all got going on. But how important, I mean, you've already talked about what you want to do in your exit plan and how you really want to save the community, and they respect you for that. But there's also a lot of those people who have adverse feelings about how you're going about it and really think.
And I ask people, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
I got once a week, smoke with Wack. You won't get cussed out. You won't get removed.
You're not going to be yelling.
Yeah.
Pull up and tell me what it is, what issue that you have with me. Because I'm curious to know. I swear, I opened the floor because I pride myself on not starting it. Right? And the number one thing I get from the LA dudes is, you disrespected Nipsey Hussle. And
You did.
No, I didn't. I asked him to play the tape all the time. I said he wasn't a legend in music. What that man was to his streets, his family, I can't speak on. I'm not from where he's from. It's not my family. But when it comes to music, and we use that word legend, I'm thinking Dre. I'm thinking Cube. I'm thinking these guys, right? And when I look at it, it's all about the body of work. Nick, 15 years ago, when it came to television, you wasn't who you was today.
Right.
Let's be real. 15 years ago. Now, I tell him, Pac, when he died, was a legend. We look at his accolades in music, the things he did, the movies, everything he did, right? Biggie Smalls, at the time of his death, I feel was not a legend. He died before the second album hit. But over the years, movies, remixes, and everything, he became that.
And that's where we'd have to agree to disagree.
Nipsey
is now a music legend as well.
No, it hasn't happened yet.
You out your mind.
Hold on, Nick. It's real fact. Actually, from your backyard. It's about 80 unreleased Nipsey songs, right? Maybe they're saving it for a movie. Definitely a movie, a series. All these things should be coming, right? I love what I believe that's Puma is doing with Nipsey's movement.
Yeah.
By the way, me and Nipsey didn't have no issues. I'm the guy putting Nipsey on New York radio, right here. Nipsey, Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, Glasses Malone, all those guys, YG, first touched New York radio through me and me channeling through DJ K. Slay, right? But at the time of his demise, he had one album. It did 50,000 copies, which is not a problem. Kendrick Lamar's Section 80 did 20,000 copies when he first released. He did his next big deal, turned around, that thing went 4 or 5 times platinum. I think Nip was 20% of what he was going to be.
He was on his way.
No, definitely.
He was.
If you ask me, do you think Nipsey would have been, or do you think Nipsey was going to be, I would have told you yes. But at the time of his demise, one album, right, that did 50,000 units.
But when you look at the influence,
Music.
That's it.
Talking music.
okay.
But then,
I'm
so
not
but
talking
you.
nothing.
But we're
else.
still having this conversation because we've gone, man. We go. It was months that we went back
You
and
ain't
forth.
a legend in music, Nick.
I don't want to be a legend in music. Wack.
Gigolo is a
You a
solid
legend in other stuff.
bop.
But
You
we-
a legend in other stuff, Debbie. All right?
But this is, but
Gigolo.
let's zoom out for a minute because think about because what you said, you caught a lot of heat over that. Like real
A lot of it.
real shit was going down.
And I
You
said,
lost
I
friends.
caught the heat behind the sex tape shit.
Yeah, you
I didn't release that.
listen.
I didn't say it. Dude recorded us like me and you talking, right?
You-
And you share something with me, and I go release it. I didn't say it, but I have been the one stopping it.
But again,
4 or 5 years.
now as you're trying to evolve
What?
and you let conversations that aren't necessary to happen, Wack. Like you don't have to say certain things.
They asked TMZ asked me a question.
You don't have to
At
answer the
album release
question.
party.
You can plead
This
the
is
fifth.
real talk. And
I've learned
at
that
the
to
time-
shut the fuck up
look,
sometimes.
at the time, I didn't think what I was saying was wrong because I made sure I was like, in music at the time, no. Music.
Again, because when I was at Power and we literally we went viral because of this conversation. It was years ago because and a lot of people had to get involved and there was no need that this was a pointless conversation.
You know why it's a need for it?
No,
Because a lot of the world lives on a lie.
and the truth.
Can never be considered disrespect.
That's what he lives by. So as we've evolved,
What's up?
and now you feel like you don't have any enemies.
No, we all got enemies. You got
You don't. So do you have any enemies? I'm not talking about the people that don't like you. I'm talking about is there anybody that Wack doesn't like?
who, me?
Yeah.
No, you know what? There's nobody. It may some people I don't agree with.
Right.
But that's one side of me that I've like cut off. This is why I tell people I'm not a gangbanger. It's been 2.5 decades since I woke up, hate the Crip, want to do something to somebody in blue, right? I'm from where I'm from because that's just what that is. I can't never forget that because it's things that happen. If I forget that, they're going to remember it. I might catch the short end of the stick, right? So I have to move a certain way. But there's nobody that I just genuinely don't like. I may have my own opinion or I may disagree with you about something, but there's nobody out there owes me money, has done something to me,
And that's a beautiful thing for you to say gangsters don't die, they retire in Miami. Like you now have you've left that life alone. we in the diaper business. We're cornering the market of trying to do something good for the community. Is it now time to say, I'm gonna just be quiet because I'm building an empire?
You know what? I think it's phasing out anyway because the young people that's coming into the game, let's be real, Nick, we don't know nothing about them.
Facts.
And we really don't care to know nothing about them because
it's different.
If
they don't leave the house.
If they get 2 summers, they lucky. You know that. The longevity's different. I salute them. Like our girl, what's her name? Sexy Red. I urge her to keep going. She's under attack. Sexy Red, I want her to keep going.
You a fan?
I'm a fan of her hustle, but the girl I'm really a fan of is Scarlett.
Oh yeah, we
I got a message for her team though. We noticed and started supporting Scarlett because she was raw and uncut.
They cleaning
Stop
it up
trying
too quick.
to make her sexy. God damn it. You guys are destroying her look. Let her be her. We did not look at Scarlett to look at her ass or her titties. Save that shit for the other ones. Meg got us. The City Girl got us. The rest of them got us. Cool. Scarlett was like our MC Light, our Queen Latifah.
Well, she connects. She over there with Swiss. She over there with D.
But they gotta let her be her raw, uncut. They put this woman in this sexy stuff. She hit the stage. She's slanging them arms like LL.
Yeah.
It don't even add up. But if they let her,
titties popping out everywhere.
If they let her be her, then it adds up. We're not catering to Scarlett for sexy. We're catering to her because she's raw, uncut, and real. Please let her go back to that.
So what about wax artists? Who are we still focused on?
Blueface is definitely there. Game's going on tour. I got this young dude from 107 Hoover named Young Magnificent. True Car still doing his thing.
True still doing his thing?
True still doing his thing.
And then, all right, ladies.
Coyote over there.
Oh, yeah.
Hispanic group. They just did something with Shaq.
Yeah. Oh, that was fire. Yeah. That was crazy. So, ladies, this is your opportunity. You have Wack 100, a.k.a. De Niro Jones.
Come on, ladies.
Come on, baby.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to ask Wack 100? He got that. He the hood oracle.
Don't ask me about back child support. You left.
Now you know I need my child support, even though
I like this as a couple. The Courtney Wack thing.
Calm down, Nick. Yo.
You being Wack's baby mama, I like this.
Listen, I got a question.
Because Jeezy was sitting here, she lost it. I took her to see Waka. She got all moist.
What?
Like
you
Nick,
still
why
cheating?
you putting my business in the street?
You still
in front of my baby daddy? That's crazy.
So I'm just letting you know she liked her. You know, she always from the day we started she said I gotta have a nigga with 2 guns.
That's true though.
If he ain't got 2 guns,
I can't mess with him.
And she from Detroit. She said 1 gun ain't enough. He gotta have 2.
Gotta have 2.
I'm with you with that.
You gotta be a protector. You gotta be a protector.
Hey, look, at all times.
At all times.
This might be some real shit. Y'all got time to fuck down.
I would definitely.
I was joking. God damn it. Y'all start looking at each other, giving each other the eye.
Nicholas Cannon.
Yo, you did a great job with your eyebrows. What's your question?
This is ridiculous. Okay.
What's your question?
This is my question. Right? I gotta ask about Blueface because that's a thing. That is a thing.
Shoot.
And I told we Blueface and Chrisean conversation, we stopped, but now you here, so we open it back up.
Y'all ain't talked about it because you ain't talked to me.
Okay. But this is my question. You know, it's Blueface and Chrisean, and then you got Jaden.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a complicated relationship, right? How do you, because I've seen you online yelling in the phone. Like at the phone when it comes to Chrisean. How do you decide which battles you're going to fight when it comes to Blueface? Because he is your artist. You're trying to manage his image. Do you manage his image? Or is it just him doing his thing?
Prior to the pregnancy, I was a little more aggressive.
Okay. Why? I'm just curious. With her. Why were you aggressive with her?
Because
she's young.
You were just abroad in the streets. You didn't matter.
But why? Abroad in the streets.
But he said now that she's the mother of his child, he had to fall back.
You got to remember, we found her homeless walking around downtown L.A.
And you saw something in her because you put her on the TV.
No, we brought her to a house with 12 women.
And she got the scrapping.
Right. Now, she, by default, became that. Really, that position belonged to a girl named Weezy, who used to whoop Chrisean's ass every day in there.
Oh,
she was petrified of her. Grew up in
what is
Long
wrong with y'all?
This is a fact.
I mean, y'all been
This is a fact. Hold on. Chrisean manipulated the security of the house, and the security of the house got Weezy out of the house.
That's because men is weak most of the time.
No, but let's go all the way back. Blueface, I remember he wanted to do a TV show.
Yeah, it was 12 women in the house.
And he was doing the Blueface Bad Girls Club, and he said, I'm going to have a house full of girls, and they all going to fight for me. Literally fight for me. And that's what the show was.
And TVs, and that was it. He fed them
and I was like, Wack, that is a liability. Y'all going to get sued.
Listen,
I was like, I'm not coming over here. I don't want no parts of it.
My crazy ass, I take the house and paint it blue camouflage. I did all that painting, right? Because it was just a media house.
Okay.
Nobody lived there.
Right.
Right? So when he did the first season, he took a liking to her. At the end of 3 weeks, everybody go home. That was it. I come to the house. She's still in the house. What you doing?
She ain't had nowhere to go. You just said you found her on the street.
Right? Exactly. He said she ain't got nowhere to go. She wants to rap. I'm going to try it. I told him, you out of your mind.
And Wack has a whole studio facility, producers, all of that. And
you're out of your mind, right? So he like, I want to try it. At the end of the day, I'm only going to go back and forth for my artist so much before I fall into the position of management. Now, I'm a unique guy. The reason why Game and people like Blueface love me, I'm going to tell you why. Most big homies always want to be big homie. When it's time for me to be the big homie and something's going on, right, yeah, they going to fall back. I'm going to call the dogs. But ultimately, as management, they are my boss. I don't allow the big homie thing to interfere with who they are to me. So I'm going to give my opinion because they allow me to and they respect it. But at the end of the day, ultimately, what they say they wanted to be is what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm never going to use the big homie card when it comes to the management side.
Okay.
Right? So what bothered me is he told me, I see that every time we get into it, her numbers spike. So I'm going to feed into that. I said, that's going to hurt you as an artist.
He told you that. Interesting.
I said, it's going to hurt you as an artist. We got things to do. He said, I believe in her. Her family don't mess with her. I will sacrifice what I got going on to make her, and you do what you're great at to save me in the long run. I didn't want to hear it, but his mind was made up. So all I could do is start to get creative. This is when you start seeing the fights. Because the more domestic stuff happens, you know what happens in music. I had a whole album to drop, but I didn't drop it because I was in fear they would Chris Brown them. If I had something up on radio, had something up on digital, and something happens, then the narrative is we're pulling it down. So I never put it up. And I started putting him in the ring. We was making our money here and doing other things, television or whatever, right? Until he finally told me, all right, I'm done with. I told him, don't have no babies. And when it's got your life in danger or you going to prison, you got to pull back. He did both up. Had a baby and damn near went to prison 2-3 times. Right? He just texted me about 2 weeks ago and said, I wrote down everything you told me was going to happen years ago, and it happened. Let's get back to business. So, that's where
so y'all back in a good space.
See, right now, it's like Chrisean's following comes from him, the stuff with him. I told him, remove yourself from her, right? It's going to go away.
I don't think so. I
bet you that.
She done created a
loyal
little fan base.
It's already leaving. The less is blue. Listen, it was leaving in 3 months. When he went over there and went to sleep with that kid, Why you think she put that up? That re-sparked it. When I pulled him back away, you see less and less of it. Because now they can't blame Blueface.
Now it's her.
Now they're saying, hold on, you did what?
Yeah.
You doing what? She's losing some of her people because before it was Blue. The reason why is because of Blueface. Now he's removed himself. Even with the child, I said, bro, you can't chase it. We're requesting the DNA test. When she gives it to us, cool. Until then, don't do it because you're just going to be content. You're going to be the bad guy. And the fans are now asking, why won't you give him the test? Now it's turning on her. Get a man a test.
So there's still no official test. There's no.
You got the other dude came out. I talked to him.
What other dude?
He said, yo, we was having sex at the same time. That's my child. He looked just like me. Put up baby pictures, some dude in Baltimore. This is a fact. He got all the text messages, all the receipts. So now.
So we don't know if that's Blueface's child or not.
We didn't watch Jerry. I'd have been wrong on Jerry Springer 70% of the time. That's his kid. That's his kid. So now, respectfully, we just requesting that. That's it.
Okay, well.
So, Chrisean fan, do you think she should honor him?
I'm not a Chrisean
Do you think
fan.
she should honor him based upon the other young man coming out, showing they was involved, and give this man a test?
I'm not a Chrisean fan.
Yes or no as a woman?
As a woman, yeah. I mean, if
Rock, get that test up, girl.
If she was dealing with another man,
why wouldn't she? Let me ask you a question.
Get a paternity.
Why wouldn't she give him the test?
Because that's gonna look crazy if that ain't his baby. That's
Yeah.
bad.
We got to think about the baby. I think the baby needs to know who his father is.
That's true.
I agree.
Any other hot takes or questions for Mr. Cash Jones?
And let me just say this.
Are you scared, Mason?
No,
This is the
Courtney just-
most quiet I've ever
I
heard.
don't ever get a
Mason.
chance.
Yeah.
You got something?
Go ahead, you had something to say.
Just one last thing.
Just
Is I see you online, but you're actually really cool. And Nick has always told me that. He says Wack is really dope. When you meet him, you gonna love him. He's dope. And so to meet you, I'm like, okay.
I tell people all the time, when you get to know me, you'll realize how many people don't.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of stories about me from people I've never met in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, who are you? I think they take bits and pieces of YouTube and they just create their own little thing, which I can't be mad at. It's keeping my name high. I understand. I don't get mad about none of that because that comes with this. I don't, it is what it is. But, Nick,
Yes,
I
sir.
swear, I want to know why people are mad at me.
Well,
You ask the people.
why are y'all mad at Wack? We are changing that narrative though. We got the incredible diapers, incredible kids. What else you need from me, Wack, in the diaper space? We got to do the Candace class thing too, but
I definitely need a shoot from you.
we got that.
I need a shoot from you.
We've
that.
been trying to do that. Whatever you
I need
need.
that. But it's really your schedule.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we was gonna do it, our brother kind of got sick.
Yeah.
We had to go fill in.
Yeah.
Peace to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, for
his
sure.
Recovery.
Yeah.
Great man. So I definitely need to get that shoot out the way.
Let's do it.
And our brother's coming to the table.
Okay.
Floyd's with us.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna see him this weekend.
Yeah,
So-
Floyd's all the way in.
So there it is.
And that's really what it is. It's me, you, and Floyd.
Yeah. Communities. We rock it.
And my man Sam. My man Sam. I think, did you meet Sam?
Yeah. You brought him
My
here.
brother Sam from Bahrain.
Yeah. So we good business. We changing the narrative. Wack is no longer he's not in the streets. He's risen from the streets, and now he's on the 50th floor. He's cornered the market of diaper. After diapers, where we going?
Once this
Because
starts-
no, but that's funny that you said that because she said that
No. I'm creating right now the pads for the breast milk. Y'all leaking because they're telling me.
That's
So
a whole
I
that's
got
a whole different side. I wasn't even thinking
that,
about
and we're going to the feminine products.
Feminine.
Baby wipes are already here. The bath bombs for the babies are coming. And we're going to the moms.
Yeah, I love that.
And another thing, the secret to my success. My man Travis Wilson.
Yeah.
Trav for the Stars.
Of course.
Shout out to my man Travis. anytime I need him to make something happen,
he gets it
pulls
done.
a rabbit out the hat, makes it happen. Shout out to my team. Shout out to people like Nick for even allowing me to have access. You know, that what makes me me. Without these things, right, I would be hindered from my movement.
Right.
To be able to pull up to that gate and not even have to hit the buzzer and it opens, that means something to me.
Come on, man. This is what it is. We certified solid in day ones over here. Wack 100. Whenever you want to pull up and just talk shit, we done went all over the spectrum today. We done talked about a little bit of everything.
Man, I think
And because we have been anticipating this.
Yes.
Every time you in the news, like Courtney's like, I'm gonna ask him when he get here.
When he here, because I
Nick.
want to know.
that Gangsta Earn series need to happen.
It needs to. I'm with. There's so many stories that we connected to that need to happen.
Dago.
Come on,
Where
man.
Dago? His son called me yesterday. He wants it to happen. He said he met you in 2006 backstage.
Yeah.
You shook his hand. He never forgot it. That needs to happen.
That's a
That
hell of a
series
story.
Needs to happen.
I agree. We working on some stuff behind the scenes to be able to tell these stories and these.
Yo, when is Yay Area?
We doing that too. You just giving up all the game. We got a series with me, Too Short, and E40 that is telling us a lot of the stories of the Bay. We got some stuff going on right now. I'll explain to you off air, but we got platforms that we're gonna be able to tell all of our stories and control our narratives. So we gonna tap in with you. We gonna see Wack. Wack was in. I put Wack in a movie. He's in She-Ball. He was a producer on the film.
He made me get in it.
He's in. You had a lot of the movie. You every scene that Birdman is, you standing right next to him.
Damn fool rub on my head.
DC Young Fly is a hilarious scene. If you haven't seen She-Ball,
go check it out.
It's a great film. We gonna see you in
Ray
any more
J's
movies.
platform coming, bro.
I've heard. He told me about it.
He has a transgender reality show. He has an agency. He calls it the Gagency. And I do have a transgender on the Hunter side of my app
Really?
named Nadi. So quite naturally, because Nadi's been with me on Clubhouse, right? Nadi got a seat
Okay.
on a reality show.
That's
so
what's up.
Nadi's from
So what else is up with
Cleveland,
Ray J? Because Ray J always got something going on. I had him
doing
on.
his electronics, but he's about to do his Zeus thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He has his own situation.
All our Blueface, his Bad Girls Club,
Yeah.
all our seasons will be over there because they don't have a home right now.
Right.
We're going to place those over there. Believe it or not, people can say what they want. They're going to watch that transgender house. The women going to watch it. The church folks going to discreetly watch it. They're going to watch it. And you men that think you're not going to watch it, when your wife turn it on, you watching it too. On your
I can't
screen,
wait to recap
whether
it.
you downstairs
Well,
or not.
Mason does a reality check every day. She is our reality guru, and so
Mason, where you from?
All over,
You a
but
military brat?
my dad was in the Navy.
Got you.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Navy. My brother Lebo, he helped train SEAL Team 6.
Oh, okay, cool.
Grew up with him, been knowing him 41 years.
Yeah.
That was my brother Lebo, so he was in the Navy.
well,
All right,
Wack, like I always tell you, my brother, stay safe, please.
always.
Stay focused, keep your head on the swivel.
Glass is incredible, bro.
This keeps people from seeing my bags early in the morning. Incredible diapers. If people want to order them right now, where can they get them?
IncredibleDiapers.com. They're there right now, and then they'll be up on Amazon in the next 7 days.
Nice.
There we go. And then we gonna be in all the bodegas.
All the bodegas.
Then we coming for Walmart. We coming for Target.
And you know, those places are gonna be easy to get into.
Once we
because
got it, yeah.
You was our incredible product.
We've already
The
been in
incredible
those spaces.
headphones was already there. So.
Yeah. So we ushering our way up in there. We cornering the market. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Throwback Thursday.
Shout out to my man Haitian Jack.
I wasn't gonna talk about that,
I
but
don't know why Jack just brought us India. Last
Oh,
night
word?
he called me with the representatives from India. They saw him with me in the DR, called him. They want the diapers over there.
before we get out, because
That's my brother. What we talking about?
Of course, is everything. He lives in the DR,
He lives in the DR.
and
He drives Rolls Royces, G-Wagons, lives on the water. He's in the middle of about 30 businesses. Jack is still Jack.
all right. Well, love to Haitian Jack.
And I think in the next 12 months he'll be back.
He can come back to America?
Him already. He can start coming back on a business visa, so on and so forth.
We got a lot of stories to tell, Wack. I'm going to need you to.
You know he just did an interview with Ed Lover.
I didn't know that.
It's a 1-hour interview. He just did it 2 weeks ago. He's asking me to find a home for it, so maybe you want to do something.
Yeah, we could talk about it. As everybody in the chat said, this was an incredible interview. We covered a lot. It's Throwback Thursday. Javen, we got some music to go to. Let's get to it. Wack 100.